So now we're going to need a little bit of data so we can determine how many ticks we need and what the labels of our ticks will be. So come back over here. We can do this in our... let's go to SRC, make a new folder. We'll call it data. And we'll make a new file, index.ts. And we'll just say export const test data equals an array. And here we'll say the month is January and the value is say 300. Month February, the value is going to be say 150. The month March, value, we'll make it 270, why not? April, value, say 310. May, value, 280. We'll say this one's 90. We'll make it small. Alright, so we're going to go into our page, our line chart page, and we're going to import test data from data. And then right here, we're going to say data equals test data. No, it's funny, we're using TypeScript, so it already knows. We don't have that. So we'll come back to our props up here. We'll say data. And now we just need to render our x-axis ticks. So in order to do that, now shrink that, up here I'm going to have a function and I'm going to call it const calculate width. And I'm going to say const chart width equals container width minus x margin minus padding from screen border. And I'm going to have gap between ticks is going to be the chart width divided by data.length minus 1. And I'm just going to return chart width and gap between ticks. And then we'll come down here and we're going to say if we have data and data.length is greater than 0, render x-axis ticks. Const render x-axis ticks. And here we're going to destructure gap between ticks. And then we're going to return data.map. We're going to have an item and an index. I'm going to say const x is going to equal the x margin plus the gap between ticks times the index. So we'll have a tick for each one starting with the offset of this 50 pixels here. And then we'll have const y is equal to container height minus y margin, right? And we're going to return g with the key. Put some backticks. X axis ticks index. And we're going to render a line. And x1 is going to just be x. y1 is going to be y. x2 is still going to be x. And y2 let's say y plus 10. So just have it drop down 10 pixels right here. And we're going to hit stroke equals what variable do we use for our stroke? What do we put on our lines over here? Oh, same thing as axis circle. Probably not the best name, but that's alright. And our stroke width equals our axis stroke width. So with that, oh, we get a prettier. Oh, right down here, we need an and. Oh, I think I have a capital Y somewhere. I do. Probably have to refresh it, because it's probably not going to render right, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Looking a little weird. Let's get rid of that red color. Probably why we shouldn't have. Well, let's keep that red. And we'll say axis line color equals and we'll put this in all of our lines. Oh, it is axis color. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So in our data, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have a small problem. Let me look. So I think what we're going to just do is we really just need to take the margin, multiply it by 2. And so we'll say that the chart container is take away the 50, take away the 50, and then divide that by the number of data points that we have. And there we go. Now we're pretty much synced up. And I don't think we're even ever going to use this guy. So let's just get rid of him completely. So yeah, so in the next video we'll look at making our labels.